Oh, wow. What's up, y'all? Shout out to GameStar app. It's out now if you want to play against your favorite celebrity one-on-one. NBA 2K, maybe Fork Night, whatever you want to do. Hey, yo, Waleek, what's good, baby? This is the big show. Philadelphia is in the check-in, and I know why. My next guest, to say the least, is a pillar of the community. To say the very least, he is a pillar of the community. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado.
What's going on, my brother?
Yo, Michael, what's up, baby? How you doing, man?
I miss you, man. It's almost as good as seeing you in person. Not as good as sitting next to you at the All-Star game, but good to see your face, brother.
Let me tell you something, Michael. You know, I'm because of you. You know, every day I put up a different sneaker. I put up my Chicago Jordan because that's the last time I saw you in person. We was at the All-Star game. You and your daughter, me and my daughter, and we had a great time.
That feels like about maybe a decade ago, even though it was end of February. But it's changed a lot, but we got to make the best of it.
I know, man, that's crazy. Because it feels so far, right? Like I went to a doctor's appointment.
It literally feels like I haven't. It feels like I haven't seen you in a decade, and it was. I'm gonna have to put my fingers up to count. We were March, April, May. It was 3 months ago. Feels like a decade ago.
3 months. That's insanity.
Yeah, you look young, of course.
Hey, man, I'm going to try to stay alive. I'm going to try to stay healthy. I'm going to try to do the right thing, you know? That's where I'm at with it. I want to ask you some things, Mike. Where you grow up at, Michael?
I grew up right where I live now. I grew up in suburban Philadelphia. I'm still there today. Philly's been home to me, and that's where I am right now, hanging in Philadelphia. It's where my mom is. It's where my family is. So Philly's home for me.
Philly's home for you. That's a beautiful thing. So you grew up being an Allen Iverson fan.
Absolutely. I grew up. It's funny. I think back to my early days as a Sixers fan, and I had so many special moments with my dad before he passed away. And we Sixers was a part of that as a kid for me. I remember back in the playoff runs with AI back in early 2000s. They were incredible days, and that's why the city loves Allen so much.
I was there. You know, me and Alan, we used to hang out.
Listen, we still have big hopes. We still have big hopes on converting you to a Sixers fan. We know we can just say when Sixers, they're going to become my team. They're my guys. That's it. You're going to kind of declare your loyalty to the Sixers. We'll give you years of happiness in the future.
You know, I'm a Knick. You got to stop. I'm a Knick fan. You know that, Mike. But
I know, and that's why I'm trying to offer you a potential of happiness in the future. I'm trying to just make my friends happy. I want you to always have a smile on your face. I just think there's a big opportunity for you. Have years of happiness in the future.
Let me tell you something. I used to go to almost all Allen Iverson's games out there. And it's a good friend of mine. Something I never told nobody is when AI got in trouble, I met him when he was in Virginia and coming out of high school. And he came to one of my shows. And when AI got in trouble for the rap album, a lot of people don't know I was helping produce that album with him. I was the guy in the studio with AI doing the music. And I'm looking at ESPN and the league. Everybody's mad. He's becoming a rapper and this and this and that. And I'm in there cooking it up with him. And Allen Iverson, man.
Well, listen, I'm glad you came clean 20 years later, 25 years later.
I was scared because they was like, he's thinking gangster rap lyrics. He's this. I said, oh, my God, they're going to ban me. The NBA's never going to like me. AI, man, when he went to Philly, and I talk to Chuck all the time, and he loves you guys, man. So now you become the owner of the 76ers. Was that like a lifetime dream?
Yeah, so first off, there's an ownership group. There's a group of several people that own the team. Josh Harris, Dave Blitzer are the majority owners of the third largest owner of the team. And, you know, I think I was very lucky to kind of grow up in Philadelphia and be able to be involved in the franchise, something that I feel lucky about. We've got a great ownership group. I guess it's going back 9 years ago. Josh Harris and Dave Blitzer wanted to buy a sports team together, and they looked at a bunch of different deals and really found what's, you know, obviously been a great opportunity, both from a business perspective and from a basketball and from a love and a passion perspective and from a fan perspective. It's really been great across the board. So they made the deal in spring of 2011. I immediately became involved with them. You know, I'm kind of one of the guys who's really got good Philly roots, and you know, it's been a lot of fun. You know, for me, you know, I barely made it out of high school. I didn't go to college. The way I learn is by just being like a sponge to my surroundings. And so it's been great to, you know, both kind of be involved and be able to add some value from time to time, but also, you know, to be honest with you, you know, you learn a lot. You learn from your, you know, you learn from the organization, from the players, from people around you. So yeah, it's, you know, look, I'm not a big person to really have dreams, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm not someone who says like, hey, I dream about this happening to me. I just like, I'm always going hard. And I think if you work your ass off, you can kind of turn that into kind of a good outcome. But it's certainly been a blast. I mean, being involved with your hometown team, like I think about so many people who buy teams in markets they have no connection to. And you know, if you move to that market and immerse yourself, it can become awesome. But like nothing better than being involved with your home team.
Man, that's a beautiful thing. And I was talking to, I believe Steve Stout. He's working with the Knicks now for marketing. And I was telling Steve, like, Steve, you need some type of, with the Knicks, there needs to be some type of, like a fan, you know how you got a human resources? They got to be like a fan resources or something where although you're a billionaire owner, you can still feel the pulse of the 9-to-5 worker who bleeds the team blood in you. Like, you have to have some type of a fan resources. And with you, I see that in you, even though you're an owner, but you're with the people. And how did you meet Meek Mills?
Yeah, so just before I answer that question, I'll tell you, I think if you're involved in a basketball franchise or really any sports franchise, you're really the steward of like a community asset, and it's your responsibility to lead that asset well. And I can tell you that, you know, some owners connect really well with fans. Other owners don't connect well with fans. For me, I've been around consumer business my whole life. I'm like a people person. It's like I know what I'm good at when I suck at. And, you know, to me, I love spending time with people. So for me, when I walk around, when you and I are at the All-Star game, where were we? Chicago? I can't remember. Yeah, All-Star game in Chicago. Like, I love interacting with, you know, whether the fans are fanatics, they're like, hey, you know, we buy our stuff at Fanatics, or whether they know my entrepreneurial background, or they're, you know, Sixers fans. To me, it's all like, that's like, I love those interactions. Some people like that, some people don't. But the teams that are you know, in sports, just across the board, the teams that are best run are ones that know how to get the best people around them. But they're also, you know, you got to be good at listening to input and feeling the pulse of what's going on. And that's an important thing to do in any business. I mean, you always got to feel the pulse of the environment, the times, etc.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like the teams belong to the cities. No matter who's the owner, people eat, sleep, drink this thing. And you have to always be mindful from A to Z of what are the needs of the fans and the culture of the team. How did you meet?
And by the way, you got a responsibility. I got to tell you something. If you're going to buy with a sports franchise, you have one job. It's to win championships. And you know, you need to set up the culture and the DNA to say, how are we going to win championships? And that's your responsibility. Each year, if you don't accomplish it, and it's really hard to do it, you haven't succeeded on what your goal is. And you gotta know that when you own a sports team. And if you're not up for that, if you're not up for the pressure, it's probably not the right thing to be involved with. And look, you know, for me, as I said, Josh Harris and David Blitzer are the largest, you know, they're the, you know, number 1 and 2 largest owners of the Sixers, me being number 3. But, you know, ultimately, it falls on their shoulders first and second. But ultimately, any organization, you know, if you're involved in the sports, the players, the organization, you're there to win championships. That's what it's all about.
That's a fact. Shout out to my brother, Ro Parrish. How did you meet? This is the 4th time I'm asking you this question. How did you meet Meek Mill?
Yeah, so it's actually a great story. I was at the All-Star game with NBA All-Star game. I think it was in 2014. And my daughter, who's kind of grown up in sports and entertainment, she's kind of been around everything and, you know, not fazed by anything. and she was sitting next to me, and we were randomly sitting next to Meek and his old girlfriend, and you know, my daughter started chatting with his old girlfriend, and Meek and I started chatting. He's like, you know, hey, where you from? Philly. Oh, Michael Rubin, Sixers. Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm from Philly. And, you know, Meek just started asking me a bunch of questions. And I, like, so for someone who grew up, you know, in a middle class family, but honestly, you know, not really well educated, everything I learned in my life was through kind of just like asking questions, being a sponge. And I immediately saw a lot of kind of my style and personality in Meek, because he was just peppering me with questions like, hey, if I want to do this, how would you do that? You know, if I wanted to start this business, what would I do? And he just kept asking question after question. I kind of loved his energy. And, you know, at this point, the Sixers, you know, we were going through rebuilding, so our games weren't so exciting. And Meek was coming to the games all the time. We were, you know, pretty bad, to be blunt. And so, you know, we started spending time at the Sixers games and just became more and more friendly. And, I look at Meek as one of my closest friends today. And I would have said that, you know, before all the shit went down with his crazy legal battle that he should have never been involved with. You know, that should have never happened, you know, 3 years ago.
You know, I was up, you know, I'm with Rock Nation, and I was, you know, they manage me, and I'm in the office with Desiree, and every day you would call and you would check up, how's it going with Meek and what's next, and sometimes, you know, I get respect for people, and I love people for watching what they do for their people and their friends, and I got the privilege to be in a spot or seat where no one is actually allowed to be in, and seeing how much you cared about them and how much you was trying to get them home. And that's why when I first met you, I was like, you're my guy. You was like, really? I don't know you, John. I was like, nah, you're my guy. It's because you ain't know I was behind the scenes watching you work to bring Miko home, because you know the situation, and you just cared. You're a real friend, man. And I fell in love with you because of that.
Well, first I want to tell you, it's mutual love. You're my guy. And I remember talking basketball with you the first time we met in the conference room at Rock Nation. I got to tell you something. First, you know, life happens in funny ways. And, you know, for me, people always say to me all the time, I hear it every week, man, how lucky Meek is to have me as a friend. I look at it the opposite way. I mean, for me, Meek opened my eyes to crazy shit that I didn't think happened in this country. And, I'm a big believer in second chances, third chances. I'm a big believer in, you know, just kind of making shit happen. And, you know, I've watched, you know, I saw such potential Meek when I first met him. But, you know, for me, had he not been smart enough to say to me the morning of that court hearing, can you come to court with me, you know, today and kind of see what happens? Had I not seen it firsthand, I would have never had the reaction. But being in the courtroom and watching, you know, a guy who was family to me get sent to prison for 2 to 4 years for not committing a crime, and it had happened 3 other times he went to prison for not committing a crime. It's kind of, you know, it would be impossible I would have been a bad human being to not have the reaction I had. So fortunately, I was sitting next to this woman who I now consider also family to me, Desiree Perez, and we'd never met. She's the CEO of Rock Nation, as you know, because she looks after you and does a great job managing you. But Des said to me, you know, Meek gets sent to prison for 2 to 4 years. I look at Meek and I look at his mom. I said, like, I'm not going to stop till I get you out of prison. And Desiree's like, hi, I'm Desiree. I'm not stopping either. And that was the, you know, we went into, you know, talking probably not once, but probably 10 times a day on the phone every day, figuring out what can we do. And it was the battle of all battles. And one of the hardest things I think she ever did or I ever did, you know, she should have never been in prison. Should have never been hard. But it was, you know, it was an eye-opening experience to go through that I would have only gone through for a really good friend of mine. So had Meek, you know, I don't want to come off as somebody I'm not. Had Meek not been family to me, I would have been happy to help financially, but I would have never spent the time and energy. But seeing one of your good friends, you know, go to prison when they should be in prison, you're like, you got to step up and do something about it. And that's why, you know, I stepped in. That's why Rock Nation stepped up, because they knew it was wrong. And Rock Nation spent millions of dollars, not ever, you know, just saying like, look, they got to do the right thing. So it was something that you know, had to happen. And I got to tell you something. I thought it would take, you know, a few weeks to get Meek out of prison. It took us 5.5 months, and you know, it was one of the most rewarding things I ever did, kind of going there to pick him up and getting him out of there. But you know, fortunately, I think we've been able to turn it into something positive, taking, you know, Dez and Jay-Z and Meek and Robert Kraft and myself, and you know, we have 6 other partners that help us start the Reform Alliance. We're really focused on fixing these fucked up probation and parole laws that don't make any sense. And you know, we want to get 1 million people out of the system in the next really 4 years now, while keeping communities safe. And I got to tell you something. I feel bad for people.
Hold up, Mike. That's not normal shit. You're talking about getting 1 million people out of prison.
Million people out of the
justice
system.
Reform.
Yeah. There's 6.7 million people in the system, 2.2 million in jail and prison, 4.5 million in probation and parole. We're focused on changing the probation and parole laws because those are the really screwed up laws. You know, you think about Pennsylvania, where I'm from, where I am right now, where Meek is from, there was no cap on how long you could be on probation. So Meek was literally on probation for 12 years and had another 6 years left. And he went to prison 4 different times for not committing a crime. And so, you know, for me to see someone go to prison 4 different times for not committing a crime, I'm like, you didn't believe it was possible. So once we saw that, like, I'm a big person and shit happens for a reason. I said to Meek, he would call me every day from prison, and I start saying to him, you know, a few months into this, as soon as you get out, we got to do something about this. And Jay and Desiree was saying the same thing, and Meek was saying the same thing. So, you know, we've been pretty aggressive. We've, you know, put in over $50 million of our own money between the founding partners, and we're really focused on changing these laws and having limits on how long you can be on probation, having the inability for states to put you in prison for, you know, for technical violations. That means you didn't commit a crime, but you get sent to prison. And, you know, I think generally speaking, when you set your mind to something, if you're unwilling to quit, then you just figure out how to get the right outcome. And I think that's going to be what we're going to do with the Reform Alliance, to get 1 million people out of the system and change the probation pro laws that don't make any sense.
Man, yo, I applaud you so much for that, man, because there's so many systemic racism in the justice system, and it's unfair.
That's the understatement of all understatements.
That's, yeah, I mean, it's really, you know, $50 million. You know, people, I don't know if people live in a fantasy world or they live in the real world. When I see a guy like you who says we pledge 50 million of our own dollars to help other brothers and sisters we never even met because they were done wrong. I mean, this is like, to me, if there's a ghetto Nobel Peace Prize, you win it, Michael Rubin. Like you win it. If there's a ghetto Nobel Peace Prize, I'm handing it over to you.
I appreciate that. I'll tell you what, I'm not accepting until we get the 1 million people out of the system, and then I think our group would be. I think Meek should be the person to get that award, because the truth be told, you know, shit really does happen for a reason. Had he not gone to prison for not committing a crime, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times for gone to prison for not committing a crime, had I not been there in the courtroom that day, then this would have never happened. So, you know, I really do think things happen for a reason. And you know, it was our responsibility. Look, I say all the time, and I really believe this, I'm a lucky person. I think you're a lucky person. We've been pretty fortunate. And if you have the fortune of being successful in business, being successful in music as you are, sports, whatever it is, I think you have a responsibility to give back and make a real difference. And I think if you don't, you're actually not a good person. So, you know, I don't think you can, if you're really successful and you're not finding ways to make a difference, and giving money is an easy way. Like, look, if you make enough money, it's easy to give money away. But if you put your time into something to say, I'm gonna make a real fucking difference about that, that's what giving back is really about. It's about taking both your money and your time. And that's really, you know, what we've done with the Reform Alliance. It's what we're doing with the All In Challenge right now. And I gotta tell you something, if I'm being blunt, it's the most rewarding stuff I'm doing. Like, I'm more energized about that because I'm lucky. I've been successful from a business perspective. I still got so much more to do. Like, I'm not, you know, I don't even think I've won my first championship in business yet. But, you know, it's great to make a difference in the world. And I think, you know, people get motivated by different things. You know, I can tell you, I get motivated by making a difference in the world. And actually, Meek opened my eyes to that, because before Meek, I would just give money away. Someone came to me and said, hey, I got a problem. Here's a check. That's the way I fix these problems. Now I put my time into something I really care about. And that's what we're doing with the Reform Alliance. That's what we're doing with the All In Challenge.
Man, I love it. And that leads into coronavirus. Everybody's quarantined. Everybody's home. And of course, Michael Rubin figures out, I got to give back. I have to help the people. And you create the biggest trend in the world. It's called the All In Challenge. And you got $45 million to donate back to what cause? Who are you giving the money back to?
Yeah, so basically what happened was when the pandemic started, like all of us, we've been locked in our houses, and I'm a pretty creative guy. I like to kind of go out, be different places. When you put me in my house, all I do is think about kind of how can I make a difference, what can I do, and so it was pretty obvious to me that there was a responsibility to make a difference. The first thing we did, I don't know if you remember, we actually converted the base. Fanatics owns and makes all the baseball jerseys in the world. And so we took the factory that makes the baseball jerseys and we actually halted the production of baseball jerseys. And we used the same fabric they make a Yankees jerseys, a Marlins jerseys, I was about to say Sixers, but I meant Phillies jerseys. You make a baseball jersey. And we used the fabrics and the people to start making masks. And I got to tell you something, our employees were pumped. Like, to make a difference in the middle of March, to distribute masks and gowns to people, that was something that we felt great about. So I think after we did that, we're like, what else can we do? And it just kind of hit me, like, I'd always remember this ice bucket challenge, which was this incredibly viral, charity movement. And then I basically thought to myself, if I could get every athlete, celebrity, artist, sports team owner, sports league that I know to kind of donate like an incredible prized possession that they own, or an incredible once-in-a-lifetime experience, then we could raise a ton of money and we're getting into the hunger issues because it's all about helping to feed people, but we could do it in a really uplifting way. And to me, that was a really important thing because, to be honest, it's pretty freaking depressing to watch the news these days. And it's pretty depressing, to have to see people having to, like, everyone's nervous, they're uncomfortable, and, we live in a really screwed up world right now. And so, like, what I wanted to do was help raise as much money as possible for people that were hungry, whether it's kids that used to go to school and count on that meal at school, they're not getting it, elderly people that had food dropped off that, can't get it now, whether it's the 30 million people that have become recently unemployed. So many people have hunger issues. We want to do it in a way that was fun and uplifting. And, when you went, you put together an incredible experience. And when you went and said, hey, here's what I'm giving, I'm going to have someone come in the studio and, make music with me, go make a movie with me, be in my movie. And you're going to let people donate $10 or $25 for a chance to win that. When someone wins that, you've given that person hope, and you've given everyone that watches that hope. So we want to get everyone to work together to raise as much money as possible. And we've been at it now about 35 days. We've raised $45.5 million so far. We're not done. It's, it'll end up being the biggest, the biggest digital fundraiser ever. And it's been really rewarding because not only are we raising a shitload of money, but we're doing it in a positive and uplifting way. And I love, like, when I saw your video, which I appreciate you helping to make a big difference, and you're always there to help make a big difference. But when I saw, everyone making these great experiences, they're like, everyone wants to come together. And that was the best thing about this. It's calling guys like you and you're saying, hell yeah, I've already done a lot, but I want to do more, and let me do this. And so now, people, everyone who's watching should go to the All In Challenge website. You can donate whatever you can afford, $10, $25, and, have a chance to win incredible experiences that are out there now. And so, so many people had such crazy experiences, being a Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro movie and get lines in the movie, being Kevin Hart's movie, have
Justin Bieber singing,
fly to your house and sing a song to you one-on-one.
Go hang
out with Ariana Grande.
I want to join the challenge. I want to get on Drake's plane.
I think you'd have access no matter what, so I think you're good no matter what. But I got to tell you something. Drake, look, I got to give Drake a shout out. He raised $1 million. So Drake is having two groups of people get on this plane to come party with him for the weekend in LA. And that raised between the sweepstakes, which means you donate $10, $25 for a chance to win the opportunity to get on his giant 767 plane and go to LA and party with him for the weekend. And then he also did an auction that got $180,000. So he raised about $1 million by doing that. And that's just the kind of guy Drake is. And by the way,
I saw Tom Brady, if you want to have dinner with him, right?
That raised $800,000. Tom's been unbelievable. Tom was also
he's the greatest of all time.
And he's also playing a big golf match this weekend. Tommy, Peyton Manning, Phil Mickelson, and Tiger Woods. A lot of that money is going to go to the All In Challenge. It's all to help Corona relief. So the thing has been the most rewarding thing for me. It's like, to be honest, it's not about what I did. It's about the 500 plus celebrities, artists, athletes, sports team, leagues that came together and say, we want to contribute in a once-in-a-lifetime experience that got so many people to donate the $45 million. And also we've had over 800,000 individual people go to the All In Challenge site, donate $10, $25, bid on different auctions. You know, tonight we have an auction closing. So there's two ways the All In Challenge works. One is you can donate $10 or $25 for a chance to win someone's, like a sweepstakes. That's what we did with you, where someone could be in your movie, make music with you. That was a sweepstakes, incredible. And you helped raise a ton of money, which I'm so appreciative of. So thank you again.
Thank you,
Robert Kraft donated his Super Bowl ring. His Super Bowl ring is up for auction right now. It expires in 29 minutes. There's a bid for $1,025,000 for that Super Bowl ring. And
let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Robert Kraft, are you the guy who connected Robert Kraft to the puzzle? Because Robert Kraft is you know, he seems like a really cool guy, and he's down with the reform. He's down with everything. I think he used to get a bad rap, but this is your guy, right? Am I wrong?
Robert Kraft is absolutely my guy. I'm going to tell you a story that you're going to love about how Robert got really into this. So you get a lot of this will hit home for you. So Robert and I were on vacation in Turks and Caicos in well, let me go backwards actually. Maybe 2016. I was going to Miami for the All-Star game, and I said to Meek, "Do you want to come with me to the All-Star game?" He said, "Yeah, let's go." Maybe it was 16, 17. I can't remember. We went to the whenever the All-Star game was in Miami. So Meek came with me. Joel Embiid also wanted to go to the game, so he was there with baseball and there with us for the weekend. And Robert came. Robert Kraft came. And so I remember that was really the first time they met. And Meek and I and Robert flew together. And I watched Robert just asking Meek tons of questions, and Meek asking Robert tons of questions. It made me happy because here were two of my really good friends that were kind of getting to chop it up and, you know, kind of learn a lot about each other and their backgrounds. And it was like Robert's eyes were open and Meek's eyes were open. It was a great conversation. So they got to know each other, and they hung the whole weekend. We actually stayed together at a buddy of mine's apartment. So we all stayed together. Here's Robert Kraft and Meek.
Was that infamous show where Robert Kraft was up there dancing with
Cardi and Meek? No, that was actually last year's Super Bowl. So that was 2 years later. That was amazing.
That's legendary.
Yeah, but we got a funny story for that one. But so anyway, so they met then, and so Robert and I were in Turks, and Meek would call me almost every day from prison, and literally when he would call, whenever I was with Robert, I put Robert on the phone because I thought it would kind of motivate Meek. It would give him kind of good energy. So I always wanted Robert to talk to Meek, and Robert said to me, "You know what? I want to go see him. I feel badly I haven't seen him." And literally it was April 2018. And I literally said, "Meek, Robert and I are going to come see you this afternoon." So we left Turks. We flew home. Robert and I went to see Meek. And that for Robert was this incredibly eye-opening moment because he's sitting there. And I'll remember this for the rest of my life. My memory actually sucks at this point. Mm-hmm. Robert looked at Meek. He said, "Meek, I've known you for a couple years. You've been to prison 4 different times for never committing a crime. And we're sitting here." He said, "You're smiling from ear to ear." He said, "If I was in your position, I'd be so mad." He said, "Why are you happy? I don't get it." And Meek didn't say anything for about a minute or two. And they said, "You know, Robert," he said, "I've been in prison 3 times for not committing a crime." He said, "The first time he said, by the way, my original time I was charged with pointing a gun at cops." He said, "I never pointed a gun at cops. I'd be dead if I did that. That's called suicide for, you know, an African-American person. You point a gun at multiple cops. You're going to, it would be their job to, you know, the police would be doing their job to, you know, shoot you. That would be their job." And so Meek looked at me and said, "For the first time, people are fighting for me." And that's what's making me happy. And Robert left there and he went out and he spoke to the media and he said, "This isn't right. This is a good kid. I know him. He didn't commit a crime. He shouldn't be in prison." And literally a week later, the Supreme Court ordered the release for Meek. I think Robert's voice was you know, one of the most powerful voices for Meek.
It's 2 different worlds. And then you maybe got somebody who's on the fence of what, you know, what's right and wrong. And they see somebody like Robert Kraft that they know and they can relate to, and it hits different when he says, "Yo, you know what? This is a good kid, man. Yeah, what y'all doing is wrong." And then they, you know, it's just unfortunately, what I'm hearing is Robert Kraft is this man that's been affluent, and he's so famous and such a big guy, you could barely get to touch him or talk to him. So he could barely be a normal person, right? And then you are what we call outside. Like you're outside.
Yeah.
Like you got a lot of money, but I see you in your stadium, you're in the fans with the you're floating. You're just as normal as you can be, right? But so Robert Kraft, and then he got Meek Mill, who's stereotype rapper, and then when they meet, they realize they have a lot more in common.
That's right.
They're both great people, and then the humanity forms, and then we fight the humanity, brotherhood, humanity. We don't care what color, what level of money you have when you grew up. We're gonna fight for what's right, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. Listen, Michael Rubin, I love you. I appreciate everything you're doing. Continue to fight. I'll be here all the way. Everybody, the All In Challenge. Go join. $5, $10, $20 is going back to the hungry people of America. Love you, Michael Rubin.
Hey, love you, brother, and I appreciate everything you do. And I appreciate anytime we ever ask for help with anything, you're always right there to help. Your energy is infectious. You're a great guy, and I appreciate you helping to make a difference. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, to giving you a big freaking hug. I can't wait. I can't wait to hug it out. I can't wait till we're over social distancing. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, my friend.
Right,
Hopefully a lot sooner than the All-Star game.
God bless you, my brother, man.
All right, love you, brother. Good seeing you.
I love you too. Michael Rubin. Here you go. Let's talk a little, right? I'm from the bottom. Happy birthday, Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. But I'm from the bottom. The bottom. When I was a kid, we have no pictures. I got you, Emmanuel. We have, I was about to go into this talk. All right. Here you go. I grew up so poor, we don't even have pictures of when I was a kid. Yeah. Yo! Throwback Thursday, Emmanuel Lewis. Yo.
93 is time, man.
Got something for you. You ain't heard in a while. Fire.
Hey, yo, let me tell you something. Emmanuel Lewis.
It started off right, baby.
AKA Webster. Yo, Emmanuel, man, I love you, man. These people don't know we go on vacation together and everything. They don't.
Dude, I love you more. They don't even understand how this relationship even does what it does. So, listen, big ups to you. Big ups to Lo, as you know, the whole family, you know, just, you know what it is, you know, tell Mama Sita I love her. They already know, but they just need to hear it again.
Listen, my brother, we appreciate you. They love you, you know, and you're the only guy. So people use me. Let me tell you something. People use me because they love the Fat Joe stories. And, and it's crazy because shout out my brother Dre from Cool and Dre. He told me today, I finally figured out what you are in hip hop. He said, you're the Forrest Gump of hip hop. He said, anything that's ever happened, you've always been there. You got something to do with somebody, you cross them. So I've been in this game for 30 years, 25 years. He's like, yo, you cross paths with everybody. You're the Forrest Gump. And I use you because when I hang out with you, I just want to hear the stories, man. Man, you got the greatest stories ever. Like, I sit down, now I know you have the Fat Joe effect where you could tell the greatest stories on earth. And I just sit there and just listen to you, man. I love you, man. How you doing?
I love you more. You already know this, but you just need to know it again and again and again. Dude, I'm great. You know, quarantine here in ATL. You know, just holding it down. Try not to you know, go out too much, but you know, you got to get supplies and, you know, food and, you know, things like that, mail, whatever. But outside of that, you know, I'm staying locked down. I ain't falling for the yoki doke. You know,
I'm
and
the
these
same.
people,
I'm the
yeah.
same way. Hey, yo, Emmanuel,
Yes, sir.
Michael Jackson. Yo, man, you know that's my guy.
Oh, that's my guy too, man.
Uh,
You know?
man, yo, the MJ stories, man. People don't know. I bother you all the time for them. What was it like being MJ's friend? Him coming to the set. He actually lived with you at one point, right?
Yeah, yeah. He lived with me. He stayed at my house for a whole year. Okay,
You
so let
told me
me.
he had a key to your house and he would just come over, chill, hang out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so you know, I guess I should tell that story because most people don't really know that story. That, you know, and how we come to be extremely as close as we did, and you know, God is good, and he just does stuff that you just never understand, and you just kind of, you're like, listen, I trust you, Lord. You just go ahead on and make it do what it do. But so yeah, so we've been friends. I had the first time I saw him was on the set of Thriller. So here he is doing the infamous scene of Thriller, where he's doing the dance scene with the face mask, and he's doing the most nostalgic scene where he's dum 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 dum. So it's crazy right now. There's fans. My friends had surprised me. Okay, it was a work night for me. I was doing Webster that week, and my friend surprised me. He says, "You need to come out with us." And I thought there was no way in HE double hockey sticks that we were going out anywhere. It was a school night. It was a work night. I'm taking my butt back to the condo, right? But mom surprisingly said, okay. So clearly she was in on it. I wasn't. I didn't know. So he put me on his shoulders, and we get out of the car. It's like a Jeep or something. We put him on my shoulders and we started walking. And of course they've got my eyes tied up, so I can't see anything. And so I'm walking, well, they're walking, I'm riding, and we're going down like a little bit of a hill, and somebody heard somebody say, "Playback. You know it's Thriller." Oh my God. I was like, oh no, this is crazy. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Right? And so it's like late. It's like 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Okay. He's filming in the dead of night. All right. So we get down there, and I'm on the shoulders. So, you know, of all these people that's crowd, I'm above the crowd because I'm on my friend's shoulder, and he's already like 6'2", so 6'3". So like clearly they can see me. So Michael's come finish dancing, you know, for that scene. John Landis yells cut, okay, and I see him looking up at me, and then he goes over to this Asian lady who was the secretary, Sherry, and he whispers something into her ear. Next thing I know, she's headed our way. And so anyway, we go to the dressing room with me, my mom, and my security guy, and he comes in and he asks me, he says, are you afraid of me right now? Because he had on his Thriller mask. And, you know, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. But, you know, we got that little chip on our shoulder. I'm like, you're Michael Jackson. You wouldn't hurt a fly. Who could be afraid of you? You know? I'm like, come on. You know, I see what bad guys look like. And they usually have a gun or a knife or something. You know, I'm from New York. I'm from the projects. I'm from Bed-Stuy. You know what I mean? So, come on. I know what real bad guys look like. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, come on. Like, you know, it's crazy. I was like, you know, I'm a city kid, you know? So, anyway, he's like, man, we got to hook up and hang out. So, okay. So, we'll go a couple of years later. I'm on the set. Everybody's everybody's acting strange on the set, and I have no idea what is going on. But they're looking at me, they're asking me if I'm okay, and I'm like, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Why are you asking me if I'm okay? I've been here all day. What do you mean? So everybody's been acting kind of strange with me all day. I didn't know what was going on. So I get home. My mom asked me to sit down. Sit down. Mom, you're scaring me. What's going on? So she goes, Michael's been hurt. And I go, word? And she goes, yeah, he's in the hospital. I'm like, so what do we do? Do we go see him? She says it's a zoo out there. So no, we're going to wait for Bill. Bill's the head of security. We're going to wait till Bill call us and let us know what's up. So later that night, you know, nowadays, modern technology, they fix you up and get you out of there. It probably was, you know, it was just a bit much at the hospital. So he's staying at the hotel over in Burbank. And I call him. I says, you know, what's up? We had nicknames, you know. And so I said, Rob, what's up? What's going on? And he goes, I had a burn.
So
and
your nickname for him was Rob?
Rubberhead.
Rubberhead.
Yeah. So he's Rubberhead. I'm Baby Rubber. So that was the nickname. He created it. Actually, Bill created that nickname. But anyway, that was the nickname. I'm Baby Rubber. So he was Rubberhead. So anyway, I said, Rob, what's going on? You know, what's the happening? And he was just saying he got burned and he's at the hotel. And I'm like, what are you doing at a hotel? He lived like 5 exits off the 101. And from where he was at the Sheraton Universal, you know. And I was like, what are you doing in a hotel? He says, well, you know, it's crazy at my house and a lot of stuff going on. I'm like, okay, we're picking you up. He goes, no, it's okay. No, we're picking you up. We're going to get there real soon. We're in our station wagon. I think it's something like that, or a Jeep or whatever. And I said, just have your bags ready. We're coming to get you. I ain't trying to hear none of that. So he says, okay, you know, he's very weak and all. And so we came down. I called him, and he came down with his little suitcase, the same actually suitcase that he uses on stage with the hat and the glove on there. That was the same exact suitcase that he actually really used, right?
Really
so he gets in there.
Light.
Yeah, very light. There's barely nothing in there. There's a fedora and a couple pieces of paperwork and, you know, whatever. So he gets in there and we bring him to the house. And he literally stayed there for a whole year and healed. And, you know, we just, you know, took care of him and you know, make sure he was gravy, you know, just mom cooked vegetarian meals, and, you know, he loved grits and, you know, all the kind of
so my MJ was a vegetarian back then?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Staunch vegetarian, yeah. No, he did not pay rent. I'm looking at the sign. This is crazy.
Emmanuel Lewis got his own money, baby. Don't get that fucked
No,
up.
we didn't need him to pay rent.
Emmanuel got his own money. You know, they don't know. Yo, Emmanuel, they don't know. We family, man.
They don't know how we roll.
They don't know, man.
No. So I gave him the keys to the crib, and I gave him the garage door opener, and, you know, he can come and go as he please or whatever. You go into the garage. He parked right next to our car. We only had one car. We parked in our second space, and he would just come up the private elevator and come right straight to our condo. And that's where he stayed. He stayed there for a year with us. And then when we left, to go to a different condo, he stayed there one more year.
Yo, let me tell you something, my brother. Shout out to Al B. Shore. He's coming up next. We're going to talk about Andre Harrell. Al B. Shore. Oh, you ready to play Al B. Shore now? Yeah, you got you got some Al B. Shore right there. Play your favorite Al B. Shore.
Oh my God, Al B. Shore.
And listen, everybody, Emmanuel Lewis loves Biggie. It's Biggie's birthday, but me and him, we talk about Biggie for hours. Shout out Little C's on the check-in. He loves B.I.G.
First of all, it's the most amazing and horrible day of my life, because Biggie actually died on my birthday, March 9th. So it's the curse and it's a blessing, okay? For the curse that he even had to die in the first place, all right? So that was the horrible, horrible part. But every year on my birthday, March 9th, there's a tribute to Biggie. So I get to hear all of his music on my birthday. So I wish, you know what I mean? So it's like the blessing and the curse of having that, you know, that day as, you know, the day he died, but also, you know, but I get to hear his music. So it's crazy. But yeah, man, we had a lot of great times. We, you know, chilled in Neverland. He told me so many of the stories that he was going to do, and he wanted to create an amusement. And man, there's so many things he was looking to doing. So, you know, I definitely, I
Emmanuel.
That's my dude. I'll be sure, boy. Oh. Hey. Hey.
Woo! Hey, yo, Emmanuel. I need you next Thursday so we can really talk some more.
You know, there's so many stories we got. So many. We didn't get into Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra. You know, we got stories. Come on, it's all good. It's all good. We got stories
next
today.
Thursday,
you know, Lionel
it's only
Richie.
you. Go back Thursday. Next Thursday, it's only you.
It's all good, buddy.
We built the anticipation. Nobody expected this. But I'm gonna get with Albie Shaw and Little C's. I love you, my brother. I'll talk to you.
I love both of those guys. Lil C's, I just talked to him the other day. Albie Shaw is my dude. I got mad respect for him. I saw him in Vegas years back, and I absolutely love that guy. I absolutely love Lil C's, and it's all love. It's a love fest.
Hey, yo, Emmanuel, I love you, man. Be good. Stay safe.
It's on.
All right, man.
Peace out, bro.
You guys don't know who I know. You guys don't know who I know. You guys don't know who I know. Don't play with me. That's my guy. Albie Shaw, where you at? Albie Shaw, where you at? Shout out Kenny Burns on the check-in. Ro Parrish on the check-in. Tone Sunshine on the check-in. Yeah, Albie.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Albie, you saw Emmanuel.
Hold up. Let me tell you something. Let me turn this music down. Hold on. So we live on the air with Love and R&B around the country. So, but I got to talk to my brother. So, at the show stops when Fat Joe is in the building. You already know. Come on, you already know. What's good, King?
Yeah, Albie, I love you, man. Rest in peace, Andre Harrell. I just wanted to get you on here.
Another rough one, man.
Talk to me about Andre Harrell a little bit, because, you know, we miss him. We love him, man. He was so influential in just hip-hop culture and black culture and music culture, and then instrumental in your life, in your career. Tell me something about Andre Harrell.
The last time, we're going to try to hold this together, because I don't know what it is. There's certain people who just affect you that way, you know, in your life, where, you know, this man was so unselfish. Joe, let me tell you the last meeting we had at the Grammys. We up at the, you know, at the spot, you know, I don't want to reveal those, you know, we up at the spot at the normal joint. We having brunch, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And we're just sitting there talking about the brand new Uptown movie miniseries that's coming forth, the 3-night series. And he was just explaining, that was your girl Cardi B, her drop, you know, we was rocking the Cardi B drop. You know, we're just sitting there having a conversation, myself, Paxton Baker, you know, shout out to Paxton Baker. And in typical unselfish Andre Harrell form, you know, he starts talking about the format and how he wants to do things. And he said, listen, I need this story to be told the right way. You were there since, you know, day one. You made the first phone call. And he proceeded to say, listen, we're going to do it's going to be 3 nights. The first night is going to be about Hev D, right?
Ooh.
Rest in peace. Woo.
That's one of my idols, man.
Come on.
Opened the door for me.
And he
became a friend, man. Heavy D used to fly down to Miami,
hold up.
hang out with me.
Joe, he had so much respect for you, like just, I mean, like you was a little brother to him, like for real, like just like you was real DNA. So Dre said, listen, we're gonna do the 3 nights. Night 1, it's gonna be Hev D. Night 2, it's gonna be about Al B. Sure. Night 3 is gonna be about Guy, and then you're gonna sprinkle in the Mary, Puff, you know, Father, you know, all of the key, you know, iconic, you know, now iconic players that were all in, you know, in the beginning of the journey. A fun story. So I used to call him Baby Berry Gordy, and he would call me Baby Quincy Jones. And
hey, man, Quincy came and got you Secret Garden.
I remember. Hold up. I'm at the Jersey spot. I'm living in the Jersey spot over in the Glen Point. So it's Wendy and Dre on one side and me and Kim on the other side, right? We all live right next door to each other, right? And this, you know, Joe, this is when we first got a little dollar over lunch money. You know what I mean? Like we got a little, so you know, you get the little private garage and then you like color like Webster.
Yeah, I know.
You pull it to the garage.
Yeah.
I think you probably had a joint there too. Yo,
hey,
Lil Kim was in there, Big was in there.
A bunch of guys was there. That was like you blew up, you moved to Glen Point.
That Glen Point was hot. And I just remember it was just an amazing time. And I remember that was where I received the first cassette because Quincy called me, Albie, I have an idea. So now let me tell you this. Check this out. Secret Garden. You mentioned Secret Garden. Do you know that record? I received the cassette, first of all. It was like an instrumental, right? Asked me what I thought about it. I was like, it's beautiful to me. You know, there were no lyrics on it, no words on it yet. So initially, the record was supposed to be James Ingram, Luther Vandross, Michael Jackson, Al B. Sure. Yo, Joe.
Hold up, everybody. Secret Garden. This is a Joprah moment. Al B. Sure revealed that the original lineup for Secret Garden, the legendary Secret Garden, can you say who was on there, who was supposed to be on there originally again?
So it was a number of artists, and you know, until it's mastered and it's out there, Joe.
You
know
say but could you say the 4 you just said right now?
Right. So Luther Vandross, James Ingram, Michael Jackson, Al B. Sure, El DeBarge, Zaida Garrett. Like it was like, you know, just his family, like, you know, and it really, it's all about that creative process, and then who has a release coming out, or who, you know, like it's all the logistics of how the industry used to work in that capacity.
I never forget that performance y'all did at that award show. That's the only time you ever performed Secret Garden.
Joe, that was the only time we did it all together. That was the first time we actually did it all together, besides, you know, being in the studio. And I think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, because you are such a music icon, but your music acumen across the board is incredible, because you know about all different genres of music. Mm-hmm. Now, the studio, I think we did that in Record One in LA, and I think that's Dre. Your boy Dre got that joint now, right? The studio, the Record One.
I don't know if he got it now, but I know the studio you talking about.
Yeah, so we recorded it there.
Ever.
Yeah, it was incredible. And hold up, and Bruce Swedeen. I mean, like, so you know me, Eddie F. and I started, you know, in high school. I'm gonna give you the quick story. Mm-hmm. So we're in the basement, you know. First is myself, you know. We're in Mount Vernon. Big shout out to Money Earning. Your family out there, come on, you already know.
Money right there, Mount Vernon, boy.
Yeah, come on. And
Money Earning, Mount Vernon. Man, y'all.
You sound just like hell when you said it.
You everything. They came Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Y'all, come on. Boy, y'all had the mob out there, Money Earning, Mount Vernon.
It's crazy.
Boy.
Young Gunz, all of them, like everybody. Pete Rock, CL Smooth. Yep. And what's crazy, So let me give you a little bit about Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, I mean, you know, but you know, it's for your listeners. So Mount Vernon is 4 square miles, right? I'm just checking. I keep checking because until we go into commercial break. So Mount Vernon is 4 square miles, and it consisted of a gentleman by the name of Dick Clark,
Ooh.
Denzel Washington,
Ooh.
E.B. White, the author of Charlotte's Web, Miss Betty Shabazz,
Wow.
Ahmad Rashad, Felicia Rashad, Ben Gordon, Gus and Ray Williams. We're going to take it back a little bit. How about Art Carney?
Art Carney. From the Honeymooners, my favorite show ever.
And how about Robin Givens?
Robin Givens was from up there, huh?
She lived
Mike
upstairs.
Tyson had me hating Robin Givens my whole life. I never even met the girl.
She's sweet. Listen, everybody has their time and everybody goes through their thing. You already know. So, but yeah, but it's just beautiful.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Last night, it's the first time I broke my quarantine and went out.
Oh wow.
Puff is here in Miami, and he called me up, FaceTime. He said, "Yo, come to my house, Playboy." I said, "Yo, listen, man, I haven't left my house in 3 months, bro. I'm not living." He was like, "Nah, nobody here, just me and you." And I sat there. We drank some wine on the water, and he was telling me some incredible, stories about Andre Harrell, and I was telling him, and we just vibe like brothers, man. And
that's beautiful.
Man, Andre Harrell, man, such a great guy. I didn't know him like you guys know him, but anytime I had the privilege to hang out with him or talk to him, he was always so positive. He was such a beautiful person, man.
Yeah,
and
telling you, man.
We're gonna miss him, man, but we're gonna celebrate him. What you doing? What y'all doing this weekend?
So Sunday night, let me make sure I get the right information. This Sunday evening.
Clark Kent, DJ Clark Kent on the check-in.
Oh, come on, Clark Kent, all day. This Sunday, hold on. Let me know we got a break. We're gonna walk out of Whitney. Okay, let me just count me in. I got King Fat Joe on the building right here. So, big shout out to producer Sean Andre.
So you're the only guy who still dresses up to do radio. Like you get fresh to do radio. They can't see you, Al P.
Oh man, I try to listen. I figured, and guess what? That was maybe an Andre Harrell trait because he said, if you look good, you feel good, you walk good, you speak good, and then you keep it moving in a good way. So I always just try to make sure I represent. And then if I'm on, I know my grandson might be watching, so I want to make sure I set a good example as well. So, but let me tell you about Dre. So the first of it was Eddie F and I. Let's fast forward. Eddie F in the basement. He had the Technique 1200s. I had the 4-track, the Tascam 244 joint. Saved my little money, bought that. So we had the equipment. We had the keyboard. Kyle West had the keyboard in the other basement. So we're just making demos every day, so on and so forth. So one day, Hev came through. We cut a demo, Hev's first demo called It's a
1 minute, sir.
Thank you, sir. And then so it was the first demo from Hev D was called It's a Party, Y'all. So boom, we had a flood in the basement that day. It's funny because I heard Eddie just talk about the story. And we had a flood in the basement, and I looked in the corner and there was a Yellow Pages. Now for the youngsters that don't know, there was no internet back then. It was the Yellow Pages. Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
30 seconds.
Thank you.
$15 seconds.
Thank you, sir. Throw the sauce on them. Rest. Rest. Rest in peace, Queen Whitney Houston. Gone much, much too soon. And And as you know, it's LB Short, it's Love and R&B, and we are celebrating the life and the legacy of, I like to call him Dr. Andre Harrell. And this Sunday night, please don't miss on BET, on Revolt TV, YouTube, also Fox Soul. It's going down. The final tribute to Dr. Andre Harrell, a.k.a. Mr. Champagne and Bubbles. I got Fat Joe right now in the studio on IG Live right now. He's probably sitting by the water on his yacht in Miami somewhere with Puff. looking like he's 27 and just living a healthy life and doing his thing. We were actually just on IG Live. So please, actually stop what you're doing and go to IG Live, go to Fat Joe and click the live and just witness. He just had on Webster, and Webster talking about Michael Jackson stories and so on and so forth. And also another person who really loved Andre, it was Michael Jackson. But I want you to see, you're going to see all of your favorite personalities speaking about this iconic gentleman. Just call him Big Brother. And he went by the name of Andre Harrell. But I will say this, and I'm looking at Fat Joe right now on Instagram Live, and he knows, and I think he'll agree. When you say the name Quincy Jones and you say the name Berry Gordy, the next name you can now say is Andre Harrell. Keep it locked right here. The hottest place on planet Earth is Love and R&B. I'm LB Shore. Yes, sir.
You ain't lied to the tribute Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, LB, I'm gonna get to Little C's, Peter Gunz. I love
Okay.
you, my brother. I'll talk to you
Please
soon.
tell my
right?
brothers I love them as well. I love you. I got to tell you why you're here to hear it, man, because, you wake up and things change daily, man. Things change daily. And I just thank you for your time. I thank you for your brotherhood. Thank you for always checking on your brother. And
I see you playing my girl back there.
Come on, man. Come on. Hold on, wait. Joe, check this out. Hold up, Joe, guess what? Guess where she's from?
No way.
Money earned in Mount
Vernon? No way.
Stephanie Mills is from Mount Vernon. Now, check this out.
I had it here a couple of days ago.
No, I peeped it, but I'm going to tell you this.
Stephanie Mills.
She's amazing. And I'm going to close it with this. So when we were much younger, we didn't know each other at a young age in Mount Vernon. But I know I would have flipped my lid when I was riding my bicycle as a youngster around, because she used to date Michael Jackson. And Michael used to be up in Mount Vernon all the time. So imagine I was riding my bike going to school and I see Michael. Y'all have lost it. I love you, brother. I appreciate you.
Too, man.
I'm gonna hit you in the you too. I'm gonna hit you on the DM. I'm gonna hit you. You can throw the drop on this so we can run around the country for you. God bless you.
My brother, I love you, Al.
And I'll hit you when I come through.
All right. Only, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I know. How amazing was that? I'll be sure talking that shit. He was just, I'm there like, yo, I'll be talking that shit. Yo, UFO, fentanyl flow. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I know. Where my brother at? Little C's. Peter Gunz on the check-in. Let me tell you something, man. We lost the giant Andre Harrell, man. He shifted the culture. Timbo the King on the check-in. Raul on the check-in. And this is the big show. Like, I mean, where can you get Webster? Then we got my brother Michael Rubin, who gave $45 million for the coronas, for hunger. Then he gave. They generated $50 million of their own dollars to justice reform. They're going to get 1 million people out of jail. You guys, the woke society, you guys like to talk a lot. I'm from the slums, the bottom. You can't do the. I dare you to dig me up. Go to where I'm from, dig it up. See the rust in the buildings at Forest Projects. They'll tell you this is the house Joe Crack built. I'm from the soil, from the bottom. You got a man giving up 50 million for this, 45 million for that. I don't want to hear culture vulture. I don't want to hear none of that shit, because a lot of you guys wouldn't give $1 to somebody you know that's hungry. One. Guys like to talk shit, man. I'm keeping it real. Let me see my guys. Let's see. I don't see him. Maybe I took too long. Yeah, no, I'll tell the truth. I don't care what you saying true, big facts. This fucking facts. You can't tell me nothing. Like, I'll go on Webster and eat a White Castle burger with you. We could talk about it. We could talk about it. I'll go to Webster and eat a White Castle burger. We could talk about it. I'll go to First Ave and eat a Patsy's Pizza. We could talk about it. A lot of guys talk shit, man. You sit around and that's that barbershop shit, and you talking about shit. You wouldn't even help the guy next door to you. Have any of you guys bought some groceries for the lady that's in the building, that she's old and she can't come out of her house and it's a corona? Have you spent $10, $15 and bought the lady a little something? Stop talking shit. You guys talk a lot of shit, not with me. You know, I don't give a. I'm not. You say the nice guys. Don't play with me. Don't do that. Now, if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap shit probably never going on. And I'll tell you where you're from. Yeah.
On the west side of town with the gun in my hand. With 74 vice side, Ryan, Longfellow, whole ass. On the bar, Boston Road. I'm on the cross bump with Big Pun in my man. On the west side of town with the gun in my hand. Lambo, Streamar. Yo.
Peter Gunz, the great.
When your man Pun came in the studio and did that verse, I vocaled it with him. I was there.
He was talking that real shit.
I called Tariq. I said, ain't nothing we could do but put him last. It's nothing we could do.
You know, let me tell you something.
Y'all came through with mad love on that. Didn't charge niggas $1. Niggas didn't want to let y'all do the video. You was like, video is done. You want to do the video. So y'all had our back 1,000% back then when a lot of people turned their back on us when the album didn't do good. You was like, fuck that, nigga. Let's go.
It's never about.
I'll never forget that. What's good with you, man?
Peter, it's never about albums doing good or this and this and that. It's about the music and the relationship. You know, we're artists, man. We're about the culture for real. We're for us, by us. You know what I mean? For the culture, by the culture. So we know you talented. We know Lord Tariq is fired. We're going to support you regardless. Let me tell you something. I don't know when was the last time me and Pun smiled more when we was on the set of your video. We were so happy to be there. Like, go back to your video. If it wasn't for the Bronx, we were so happy. We had smiles from cheek to cheek. Because we representing you, we representing the Bronx. Shout out to Beckhouse, because that song you just played, Cross Bronx, is his favorite record ever, Sean Beckhouse.
Yeah, Beckhouse
all the time he talks to me about that song.
Beckhouse was very instrumental. He broke Deja Vu.
Look at your man Shaquille O'Neal on the check-in.
Big
Yo,
fella.
Shaq, you've been ducking the big show, the biggest show in the game, Shaq. You've been ducking the biggest show in the game. Come on, Diesel.
Y'all got a hot
Shaq.
one with Shaq too.
Let me tell you something. Me and Pun went down to Orlando.
I was there.
And Shaq put us in the hotel and he left us with the free budget. Like he had his credit card down on the thing. Me and Big Pun might have ate 10,000 shrimp, my nigga. 1,000 sodas, turkey sandwiches. Yo, my man, it was the biggest abuse of a food bill you ever seen in your life. We could not believe that we could just order for free. Niggas like, yo, 10 more shrimp cocktails, 10 more chicken wings, 10 more. Yo, we went ham on that shit.
Yo, they gave him a huge deal, and he was, you know, Shaquille bag was already out. This was play money, fun for him. So they gave him a huge budget. He used the whole budget on the project.
And he shout out Crazy Legs, BX Rocksteady.
All day.
Or Albie Shore still listening. He laughing at the shit. I said, yo, listen. Yo, Peter Gunz, Corey Gunz.
That's my dude. That's my dude. Albie Shore is my dude.
Oh, I love Albie Shore, man. He's just a real one, man. He a super real one, man. He shows so much love, man.
Me and Albie just did a play. We did a play together. A stage
you and Albie
play.
Shore, y'all did a play together?
A stage play, yeah, called Flow in the Church. It was dope. They brought the light skin.
Let me tell you something, man. I tell you something. I gotta tell you the real. I'm locked up. I come out my cell. I come to watch TV. And they say, next up on Love and Hip Hop, Peter Gunz. I gotta, hold up, Peter. I wanted you to hear me out. Went back to my cell and actually felt depressed, right? Now, it's a different time from now and when you jumped on it. Now it's like, it's beyond accepted and it helps your career. And so, but me knowing you, I knew you as a real street dude. And when I saw that, I said, holy shit. I went back to the cell. I barely could sleep there. And I said, damn, my man Peter Gunz. But I didn't see the vision at the time. What made you, and shout out Mona Scott and everybody, what made you say, yo, I'm going to do Love and Hip Hop?
Hunger pains. I was fucked up. And I figured that the way I could do it was no malice in it. I felt like Amina was talented. Tara's beautiful. She's an actor. I got kids to feed. Maybe I could get on there and flip it. I didn't know of not having any control of what goes out. What you do, you ain't got no control of it. So, but I remember, it's funny, is I remember when I first saw you, just not to skip over all that, we'll get back to it. I remember when I first saw you, you was like, why'd you do that? That's the first thing you said to me. I'll never forget it. That's why when I always want to talk to you, because I remember the disappointment when I saw you, because you always just had mad love for me. And I remember the disappointment you had when you said, Gunz, why did you do that? And it wasn't just you, it was also Busta Rhymes that I saw one time. And I said, yo, Busta, I'm about to do Love and Hip Hop. And he was like, don't do it. But see, here's the deal. Corey, for 2 or 3 years, 2 years, I didn't do it. Because I didn't want to stagnate Corey, and I didn't want Corey to have to answer for my shit in interviews or mess with his career. But at the time, things was, Corey had caught a gun charge. Things was just downhill. So I figured, let me try to parlay this into a bag, not expecting it to go, left. But when you got mouths to feed and everything is stagnated, you figure, let me try to finagle something. I'm not one to go ask nobody for shit. Let me try to get on this show and feed my family and make opportunities. So it was never no malice or no ill intent, which people always burn me for. Today they be like, yo, you went on there and embarrassed your kids, mothers, your family. That wasn't my intent. And that's how I could sleep at night, because I know I went into it with no malice. You know what I'm saying? But you really
listen, let me tell you something. I was good at hunger pains. I swear to God, when you answered the question right now, hunger pains, I said, all right, cool. Because can't nobody tell nobody how to feed their family. If you're feeding your family, you do what you do. I was talking from a perspective, but to your defense, which I agree with what you're saying, I think that's not looked up. You know, early on, reality shows was looked upon as like a train wreck. And now I think of it as it's a dope situation if you could shade the narrative the right way. So we say the most influential people in the world are the Kardashians. That's a reality show.
Right.
Shaquille O'Neal. Listen to me.
Right.
Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, Ernie and Chuck. That's a reality show, bro.
Right.
We watch them every day in real time.
But it depends on your outcome. So like for now, if I'm not able to put my kids, at least the ones that was around that show through college from doing the show, then it didn't work for me. It worked for the Kardashians. It works for certain people. I don't ever want to go down. You did that show and what? Because one day my kids are going to be adults and I got an answer to what they're going to see that I did on that show. And so people always ask me, yo, Gunz, what's your biggest fear? I said my sons and my daughters. My sons and daughters getting older, and I have to explain to them what happened on that show and what I did.
Let me tell you something, Peter. There's so many guys who did so much worse, brother. You went on there to feed them, bro. That's it. It's called hunger pains. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But what you been doing these days, Peter? I ain't see you. We in quarantine. What you been up to?
Yo, believe it or not, they moved me out to Dallas. I'm hosting the show Cheaters. You know Cheaters?
The Cheaters? Like
I'm the host. Yeah, I'm out here.
So you run it down on it?
I know all the ins and outs of cheating, so they hired me. So I'm out here, they put me in a nice little corporate apartment, and I'm running down on niggas that's running out on their girls during quarantine.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, Peter. The minute Cheaters come on, I flip the channel. I'm next to my wife. I ain't watching no Cheaters.
That's why I couldn't watch.
They got some shit. They come on Instagram now. If you want to know if your man's cheating, I erase that shit. I don't want no particles of that going on.
My man, the detectives that they hired for this show went and showed me stuff how you could get in people's iClouds and all type of shit. It's dangerous out here. But what I try to do is tell dudes when I run up on them, man, either you can fix it or you can't. Either way, it's either you know, I'm not here to ruin your life.
Yo, so they talk to you, yo, Peter, they talk to you like, yo, Peter, you like, yo, my man, I got experience in this. Yo,
they
gonna
kill,
laughing.
Yo, Joe, they gonna kill me on this one. I jumped out on somebody and the nigga was like, the nerve of you. He was like, if these cameras wasn't here, my dude, and me and him got the thumping right then and there.
Real talk.
So the producers, me and the producers called me and was like, yo, you the mediator, what you doing fighting? But we from a different era. So when the dude was like, these cameras,
somebody call you out like that, we can't have that.
You bitch ass nigga, if these cameras, he said, you bitch ass nigga, if these cameras wasn't here. And I was like, what? Nah, dogs. We got the thumping right then and there. But they got mad at me. They was like, you the mediator. So when that shit come on TV, I'm gonna look ridiculous.
Nah, you ain't gonna look ridiculous.
I'm used to looking crazy.
It is what it is, man. You know what
I'm saying? I told him it's my job. I told him I'm just doing my job, bro. Because he kept saying, yo, the nerve of you, nigga, the nerve of you.
You got 7 wives at the same time, nigga. You gonna run down on me. Peter Gunz. Yo, Peter, I love you, man. You stay safe.
I love you more, man.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah, love you, bro.
Stay up, my brother.
Peace.
You too, bro. Gunz, if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap shit, bro. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I know. You know? Listen, guys, this has been an amazing show. Little Caesar's here. Rest in peace. Happy birthday to my brother B.I.G. I knew Notorious B.I.G. before he ever blew up. We talked all the time. We were good friends. Shout out to Invisible Bully. My brother, D-Rock, Kim, I love you. Just last year, you threw the dinner for him, and I was there, and it was an honor to be there with y'all. You know, Big, he was different. He was, you look forward to seeing him. He was all smiles. He was all love. And he never changed. No matter how successful he got, he was the same guy I met from day one. And that's the way I could really, really describe Savvy Jr. Savvy, what's up? That's the way I could really describe B.I.G. He was the coolest guy in the world. I was there when he made Hypnotize. I was in the studio all day with him. From 12, whole bang, from 12 to 1 o'clock, he had 10 Italian girls come by. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, he had 10 Asian girls come by. From 2 to 3, he had 10 Jamaican girls come by. From 3 to 4, he had 10 Spanish girls come by. From 5 to 6, yo, I swear it would stop. I was like, and they love him. The women love B.I.G. The man was different. I'll tell you about Bone and Biggie, Biggie, Bone and Biggie, Biggie. So at the time, Caesar's here. Where Caesar at? He said, Caesar's here. Where he at? I don't see the God. I've been waiting for him. I know he was here earlier, but, you know, this shit turned into like a fucking monumental, like there's a walking monument what's going on tonight. This ain't no regular shit. You get this shit for free. Like, come on, stop lying, man. Like, stop lying like this shit happened. This ain't the twerk show. This, you getting that shit. You got Webster on the screen. Motherfucker ain't see Webster in how long? It's my guy. I go on vacation with him. And you know how you like Fat Joe stories? I force him all night, 6, 7 in the morning. He just telling me stories. Him and Michael Jackson, him with Brooke Shields, and man, where you at? You there? Hold on, let me see. We lost Little C's. Caesar Leo, as promised, this shit just get more legendary. Mark, can I get a soda?
They got man request. That's a nice
Joey Crack, what's up, baby?
That's a nice Jade you got on.
Yo, C's, let me tell you something, my brother.
What's good?
Yo, you look like you've been on a promo tour today. Like I see you all over with the background. Niggas hitting me up. Thank you, mama. Thank you. Yo, what's up, C's? I love you, man.
I love you too, my brother. They got me working today. It's only right, man. You know, I had to do something, man, online, man, to keep BI going, baby. You know how that goes. We got to rap that continuously.
Well, you know we ain't gonna stop
at all.
And I love,
that's gonna be for
life.
life.
And I love Tupac.
No doubt.
And I love him more these days than ever because his musical content is so relevant to the world.
No doubt,
you know,
dog. That's that.
If you listen to that record, that all I see is faces. All I see is racist faces. The shit is now. Yeah. Right? So let's salute Pac because I love Pac. As I got older, I got past all the bullshit between him and Big. And I got to realize, man, this guy was a G. This guy was legendary. But B.I.G. is my king. And Fat Joe is the Don.
No doubt.
He is the big homie. There's no big homie for me.
No doubt.
There is none. But B.I.G., he the king. He the one. And we're going to keep doing it.
That's right. They both kings.
And we're not going to stop. We're not going to let up. And every year when his birthday come, his death come, we busting our shots.
That's right. And that shit bring us together too, dog. And we don't talk all year. We know that's the days we gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to you on Big Day. I'm gonna talk to you on Pun Day. You know what I mean?
Last year we was up. Kim had the big dinner. Y'all had the big dinner.
Yep, no doubt. And we still doing it too. We just gonna push it back, you know, due to the quarantine thing. You know, we're gonna still do it. It's just, you know, bringing the whole family together, bringing our outside family together, and we just, you know, celebrating for one cause, man. You know, without B.I., none of us would be here. Me, Kim, the D-Rocks, the Money L's. He made all that possible for us, my nigga. So it's only right we honor him.
You know, we did Big Pun based off the B.I.G. I'm keeping it real. You know, I'm there.
You
from
told
day
me about
one
it when
with
we was just in Detroit.
When I'm there from day one with B.I.G. and I seen Puff come up, and when I found Pun, I was like, yo, this is the blueprint. You're gonna be the Spanish Biggie. You're gonna be, and he loved it.
No doubt.
But that all came from B.I.G.
No doubt, dog. And that's crazy. You just told me that. You know what I mean? And I always used to try to wonder, was he around the time when Big was really moving? You know what I mean? I always thought about that.
Me and Big called about a week before Biggie passed away. He called me. I had some shows in like Virginia or some shit. So I remember I was on the highway in the Fantastic, and he said, yo, man, who's this guy, the Big Punisher? So this way before Pun. I think I only did one record with Pun.
Yeah.
He said, yo, that guy, he said, yo, Joe, that guy's nice. I said, yo, Big, I ain't want to bother you about that. But, you know, I'm like, that's my man, Big. Like, I said, that's my man, and he dead nice. And Big was like, I like him. He said, when I get back, I'm going to fuck with y'all. And, you know, whatever happened, Big.
Of course.
But at least me, I'm telling you.
No doubt.
He heard Big Pun. He told me he heard him, and he told me he was nice. He didn't hear Still Not a Player or Pun's album, but like the first demo we ever threw out, Big acknowledged it and was like, yo, your man is nice. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
just the fact that Big is saying that. Because I always thought about that, because a lot of people always ask me that when I throw Pun up for his birthday. You know, they always be like, yo, I wonder if it did Big and Pun ever meet. And I was always like, yo, I don't even remember. I don't know if, like, I don't know.
They would have been best friends.
Oh,
Same
fact.
type of guys, funny niggas,
yo,
big boys.
You know, I saw Pun. You know, we was all signed. When y'all had Terror Squad, we was both on Atlantic Records. And I remember when Pun was out there in North Carolina, when he was in that program trying to lose the weight.
Trying to lose weight, yeah.
Yeah, I had a show out there for my album when my solo album came out. And when I got to the spot, he was sitting in my dressing room backstage, man. And I got the picture of me just leaning on him, because I was just sitting on him like I was sitting on Big. Like, I was leaning. He just sitting there talking shit, cracking jokes. I'm like, yo, you remind me of Big. You funny as fuck, my nigga. Like,
yeah.
All he doing is cracking jokes, and he chilling. He just vibing. He's just down for whatever. Like, jeez, come on, man. He was like, yo, I'll come out there with you, man, but I don't feel like getting up. Like, he was just joking about, like, just joking and having fun. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you, man? And I was just happy to see him, but we always had that relationship because we was label mates. So we always bumped in, did the same promo runs, and, you know what I mean? We would do shows. So I had some good times with Pun, man. Pun was he was a great dude too, man, and super nice. So I always thought about that, did Big ever, because I didn't have that recollection in my head. So I always wanted to ask
one conversation. I'm telling you, I'll never forget. I was on like the New Jersey Turnpike. I had a show in Virginia. That's where we used to take the Fantastics, the vans, and drive down it. So I had like 3 shows in like Virginia, North Carolina, Fayetteville. So I was on the New Jersey Turnpike when Big called me, and we was talking, and he told me, he was like, yo, I heard your man Big Punisher, man. That guy's nice. I was like, yo, Big, I didn't want to bother you about that.
Yeah, like, I want to.
Y'all did a song, you know, it'd be crazy.
No doubt. And you know Big loved the shit out of you, bro. I know you know that.
That's my guy.
Come on, man. You remember me when I was like this, man. You know, when I was 13, little kid amazed by being around people like you. Being around people like Puff.
I was scared. I was scared. I went with my wife, and we pulled up outside of the funeral, and I didn't even want to see him. Like, I was so hurt. She my witness. We was in the car. Then we went to Brooklyn to the block. So when the car went by and everybody was going crazy, Fat Joe was in the crowd. I put a candle in front of Biggie's building, like right there in the building. And I was out there with the people.
And you see how crazy that shit, and it's crazy out there.
Oh no, that shit was, come on. No.
They on top of the roofs. They on the roofs.
It felt like the building was gonna break.
The cars is still
crazy.
They on top of the cars. You can't even see the cars that parked.
Crazy. They was
hanging
waiting
out
for that
window. We had to get out. There's a picture of me outside the limo because I had to get out and feel that, like, because that made me feel so much better. Like, it just brought a little sense of confidence at that moment, just to be like, wow, like, I'm allowing Bed-Stuy to shut it down if I die. Like, this is real. The kids is out of school half a day.
Bro, yo, C's, no bullshit. I was out there in the street, putting a candle in front of Big's building when the shit came through and niggas was wilding and all that. They know, Brooklyn niggas know Joe Crack was out there.
Yeah.
I was out there like, yo, and you know, something, you know, it really hurt me. It took me a long time to, and you know, it took me a long time to get over that. Like, you know, I'm really mad that happened to Big, like, in a different way. Like, I was just like really, really, you know, because you and I know this guy Biggie was the most charismatic, beautiful guy, funniest guy.
Coolest dude, yo, coolest guy in the world, man. Like,
he did not deserve that, right? So, you know, sometimes we all got friends that are like allegedly or so-called killers that when they get killed, we know why. We like, yo, that's my guy, but
he was in the mix. Yeah. He was mixy with things,
So when you think about B.I.G., you're like, man, this guy was such a beautiful guy. Like,
embraced everybody. He loved everybody. He didn't care if you wasn't as nice as him. He still fucked with you if he saw your hunger. He was just a great guy, man. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he wrote dog. He made me into a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you getting money with me, but now I'm gonna get you some money to feed your mother now. And your brother and your sister. Instead of eating off my record deal, here, I'm writing you some rhymes. Here goes your own record deal.
Let me tell you, that's crazy because Pun used to try to force my wife to be the female rapper in Terror Squad. Before we had Remy, he was like, let me write you rhymes. She's like, fuck out of here, Pun. I ain't He's like, yo, we gonna make you the Spanish Little Kim. Come on, let's rock. She was like, hell no, but he was dead ass serious.
Yeah, because he was
seeing, yo, gas your wife, me, get Lordy to rap. I was like, bro, she ain't rapping, man. Fuck is
Joe, that's exactly how he did it with me. When I used to perform with him, we would do high school sometimes. Like, you know how it was, you go perform at colleges and high school, and when I'm there, I wasn't Lil C's yet. I'm just Lil C's rocking with him. But the girls would be going crazy at the schools, and when he'd be sitting there, he used to look and go, okay. Yo, I'm gonna write you some rhymes. No niggas gonna like you. The name of your album is gonna be Puppy Love. It's gonna be strictly for little girls. Like, the girls just gonna mess with you. I don't want no guys to like you. That's why I'm on records like Crush on You. I'm on the Players Anthem, the Celebration records. Like, nah, no give me your loop for you. No stick me for my papers. No. You're gonna wear polo, Tommy Hilfiger with a knapsack, and you're gonna be the little school kid that smells and get all the girls. That's how he was gonna do my whole album.
He wants you to be with. He couldn't do it. Like, man, listen, you gonna say.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy how when I used to sit around him, he used to just tell me how he was gonna line me up and set me up to be who I.
All right, I think that's better now.
That's so my shit be acting up over here a little bit.
Yeah, I see it's acting up.
Yo, you still hear me, Joe?
Listen. Okay, we'll try that. I mean, hey y'all, this is going double overtime. Throwback Thursday, double overtime. 112 is on the check-in too. Shout out to Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat is on the check-in. Throwback Thursday, tomorrow. Keith Sweat got that concert. 112 And next, shout out to SOBs. Keith Sweat is throwing a concert tomorrow. It's 112, and it's next. And I've been looking for the 112. Let me see if they on the checking. Hold up. Yeah, this Throwback Thursday shit out of control, B. This shit too lit. Titi Barbara, I love you. Happy birthday. I love you, Titi Barbara. Happy birthday. My favorite aunt. I love all my aunts. You know, I thought about that because I posted it today, my favorite aunt, but she is. And the thing is with my Aunt Barbara is she loved me for me no matter what. And when I was growing up, I was the black sheep of the family. And nobody showed me love like my aunt. Before any type of Fat Joe, anything, she take me to her house. Her Aunt Fayo was like my yeah, it's a concert on IG 112 and next tomorrow night. Keith Sweat is throwing it. And she just always showed me love and showed me true love. And you know, that's my favorite aunt. That's why there's nothing I won't do for her. Know what I'm saying? So Titi Barbara, you know I love you to death. Happy birthday. Undercover, Donnie Brasco. Wow. So listen, y'all. No, I don't see it. Yo, Keith Sweat. I'm looking for it. He's not here. Slim from 112. Where you at? Just come on from your IG 112, whatever, and say, yo, I'm here, Joe. I mean, this shit out of control. We done had Lil C's, Peter Gunz, Webster. Started out with the big money talk. That man, Michael Rubin, gave 40, 50 million together with Jay-Z for justice reform, getting 1 million guys out of jail. Then they 45 million all-in challenge. You know how crazy that shit is? You sit there, man. Oh, there you go. Look, all right, we're going to do that. Man, this is a legend. We running out of Throwback Thursday. Shout out Billy Blanco, TS.
Yo, what's up, Fat
Yo,
Joe?
Slim, what's up, baby?
Oh, man, blessings, bro.
Blessings upon blessings. You know, but first of all, let's get into the concert you doing tomorrow.
Hey,
yo,
man.
What's up, baby?
Hey,
yo,
hey, you got big, bro. Look at
baby.
What's up, baby?
Hey, yo, what's up, baby?
Hey, it's a lot of R&B going on right now, man. This is crazy right now.
Thank you, Joe, boy. I needed to get Slim on with you, baby, but thank you, baby. I love you, boy.
Hey, yo, Sweat, I love you more. You know, Sweat, Keith Sweat, my Don. So when Keith Sweat said, yo, you got to have Slim on, Slim coming on.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Hey, what he wants, he gets,
Sweat,
man.
Boy, you look good as hell, boy. Keith Sweat in the building. Slim in the building. Hey,
yeah,
Slim,
man.
Tell me more about the concert y'all having.
It's about to be crazy. So check this out. Tomorrow, hey, y'all go to Keith Sweat. Hey, K Sweat Live. Go to K Sweat Live. I'm telling you, it's about to be crazy tomorrow. Man, it's about to be crazy. Us next. We're about to put on one hell of a show. I mean, we're not doing anything.
Shout out next, man. That's my family right there.
That's family.
Is it gonna be on Keith Sweat's Live?
It's gonna be on K Sweat Live. It's gonna be on K Sweat Live. Yeah, man. It's gonna be amazing, man.
What time?
It's gonna be at 8 o'clock.
All right.
K Sweat Live.
Live with band and everything.
Live with a band, you know what I'm saying? Like you can hear the music right now, you know what I mean? Like you know how we do it, you know what I mean? Like we're in the elite stage, you know what I'm saying? This case where, you know what? I want to show you. I got to show y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, Slim, let me ask you something, man. It's Biggie's birthday today.
Is it birthday?
It's Biggie's birthday, Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, yes, B.I.G.'s birthday, man. Let me tell you something, man. Much love to our brother, Notorious B.I.G., man. Happy birthday. Love him to death, man. I got so many stories with him, man. Like, it's amazing. Like, when we moved from Atlanta to New York, he single-handedly, him and Faith used to ride us. Yo, he used to ride us with, you know what I'm saying, through BK in Bed-Stuy, you know what I'm saying? And like, even when he was doing his shows and stuff like that, we learned a lot from him. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he used to talk to me all the time. He's like, yo, you paying attention? Yo, Slim. You know what I'm saying? This is how you control the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our big brother. And big shouts to my bro, man. Hey, Lil C's just came off, man. You know, I love him, man. He need to come down to the ATL, man.
You know, C's the man. You know, when you see C's, you see Biggie, man. You see
Yeah,
Kim,
man.
you see Biggie, you know?
Oh, man. It's amazing, man. Look, man. It's an amazing thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, to just be a part of a family that we still all together after all the years. You know, like some people, you know, they're family by paper. You know what I'm saying? Like 112, like Bad Boy, this is a real family. We stay in touch with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So big shouts out to everybody. Man, you know, it's crazy right now. 112, we trending right now, you know what I'm saying? With the versus thing, you know what I'm saying? It's about to go down. The versus thing about to go down, man. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna do a versus? Who you doing versus against?
This is momentum. We trying to shut the internet down, man. It's 112 versus Jagged Edge.
Talk to me.
112 versus Jagged Edge. 112 versus Jagged Edge. The best of the A. Yeah, man. The best of the A, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got two elite groups. You know what I'm saying? We both came out at the same time. We both ran our eras. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we just celebrating our eras. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to put two elite groups
Slim,
that ran our eras.
Did they announce that yet?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, I'm looking at it right now. I know Swiss. I would talk to Swiss. He put it out. It's out. It's out. It's going down.
Timberland on the comments too. So you know Swiss and Timbo got that versus going.
Hey, man.
Jagged Edge, that's gonna be a hell of a battle.
That's gonna be one battle, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, you from East Coast, so you already know what time this is. Anything that 112, hey, you know what time it is. Hey, anybody who watches this right here, especially up there in the East Coast, y'all know what time when 96 came out, when 112 came out. Man, that was one hell of a culture. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to everybody. Showed us so much love coming from ATL.
Timberland just commented there. He said it's on.
Hey, it's on, man. Well, I'm telling you, we're not playing. Every record we playing is charted. It's gonna be charted. It's gonna be they're gonna win awards. We don't have no album fillers. No album fillers. 20 for 112 is not enough. Anybody knows 112 in our catalog is unmatched. And we're gonna show y'all. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And the great thing about it is, because Jagged Edge is, we have to come like that with Jagged Edge, man. Because let me tell you something. Because Jagged Edge got hits. You understand? Like, they have 10 albums. 10 albums to our 6. So you know what I'm saying? Feel like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we gotta be able to do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Because these boys are very talented. They got a lot of hits. They got a lot of hits. So tomorrow night, it's going down.
Tomorrow night, you on K-Sweat live at 8 o'clock. Y'all got the concert.
Hey, it's K.
Yo,
hey,
we the guys,
K-Sweat live. Let me.
There?
Huh?
Any of the guys from Next there? Where you at?
Nah, Next is not here right now. Man, I'm gonna show y'all I gotta show y'all what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Because you know this is real sexy.
I know Keith Sweat got the whole stage set up in the crib.
Hey man, look at this man. Now, hey, Keith Sweat trying to join the group, man. So, you know, he's trying to join the group, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, he's tall like Deron. This is crazy. This is how we doing it. It's going down. It's going down. K Sweat live, 8 o'clock, 112. Next, we singing all of our hits, man. We singing all of our hits. This is crazy. Look at the lights. Yeah, man. Y'all think we should play this one on Versus? We had a fan favorite. It was so off the chain it charted. This wasn't even a single that charted.
That joint is fire. Shout out to Albie Shaw on the check-in. Albie Shaw's on the check-in. Timbo the King.
Yeah, man.
Timberland's
K
on the
Sweat
check
Live,
in.
baby.
Oh, that's gonna be fire. Yo,
Oh man.
Slim.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by. I will be at K Sweat tomorrow, watching that concert live.
Oh man, it's about to be crazy. I'm telling you, we're gonna bring out vocals, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we know. If you know about 112, you know
Oh,
exactly what our
I
live shows are.
need to know where we
Yeah.
stand.
We gonna take it there, man. I'm gonna tell you something too, man. Oh, hey, man. We working on some new music. We're gonna drop a new EP. You know what I'm saying? We're dropping a single June 5th. You know what I'm saying? And our EP is coming later on in that June. I think it's gonna be like later on June or 1st of July. You know what I'm saying? But man, we got
What's
stuff
gonna be
pop.
the name of the EP?
We still trying to figure that part out. You know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to let that come to us organically. But you know, it's gonna be real sexy and real R&B. You know how we do it. We're gonna dress up. We're gonna play the records. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about 112 joint, when you press play, you just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Beginning to end. That's how we do. Hey, Fat
Yo,
Joe.
my
Hey, remember
brother.
that joint? Hey, remember that time you were we were at the I think we was on I wasn't a Hit Factory. We were out there on 44th between 8th and 9th. It was the studio right there. Oh, it was Daddy's house. And
Daddy's house.
it was you, 112, and Boys the Men, right? And we were singing, man. Hey man. I said, you know what? Fat Joe, he loved him some he loves some R&B, baby.
I
He
love
loves
R&B, boy. I love y'all
Yeah,
guys. I
man.
love Boys to Men. I love Next.
Yes, man.
Tomorrow we gonna tune in. I love you, Slim. You be good, my brother. You be safe. Tell Keith
Yes,
Sweat
sir.
I love him. He's my Don. I love him, okay?
That's my dog right there. K
Keith
K Sweat Live, baby. Let's see y'all.
Yes, sir. 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so listen. It went down. It went down today. Throwback Thursday, we did double overtime. K Sweat tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Even though it's the same time as me, I'm gonna try to find a way to get over there and watch it while I'm talking to you, because it's a free concert. It's 112 and Next. That's gonna be fire. Throwback Thursday. I don't know how we gonna beat this. How we gonna beat this ever? You had Little C's. Happy birthday, B.I.G. You had Slim from 112. Happy birthday, B.I.G. Bad boy. You had Webster telling you Michael Jackson stories of when he burnt his hair. He came to live at Webster's house with Webster and his mom for a year straight. I will have Webster back next Thursday. Throwback Thursday will be solely dedicated to Emmanuel Lewis. We got a lot to talk about. Michael Rubin, the man, not the myth. I don't care. The man helped Meek Mill come out of jail. I was there behind the scenes in a major way. He's being very humble about it. But these are the guys you want on your side. You get locked up. You know, when the money get low, you get locked up, everybody turn their back on you. The man was going to the court case. The man was supporting 1,000,000%, going to visit Meek Mill in jail. Beautiful person. And of course, my brother Al B. Short. Sunday, there'll be a tribute to Andre Harrell. I'll be back tomorrow. Do say Fridays, baby. It's Liddy. Do say Fridays. It's Liddy. Be safe. Stay masked up. Stay, keep your hands clean, sanitizer, masked up, gloves. Don't fall for none of this. Don't be the guinea pig. Let everybody else do what they got to do. Eat Philly on the check-in. This is by far the biggest show. And we're going to take this big. We're going to do this in a major way. When this corona's over, this will be the biggest show in the world. I'm talking about David Letterman. I'm talking about Arsenio Hall. I'm talking about the biggest shit. No, I'm on your asses in a major way. Shout out to Dre of Cool and Dre, executive producer. Azzy Malone Cartagena, 14 years old, executive producer. L Boogie on lights and drinks. Put God first. I love you guys. I know I was hyped today, man. I slept. I took my old man nap for like 2-3 hours. I slept upstairs from 4 to like 7. And just caught that win, that second win. Now I'm about to go watch Pablo, el patrón del mal. Mi gente latino, ¿qué es lo que hay? Ahí en un Alex Sensation, Clarissa, del Gordo y Flaca, de Santo Domingo. Y hoy bregamos, ya tú sabes. Fly Guy Buddy, what's up? PT Barbara, I love you. Happy birthday, damn, you same birthday as Biggie Smalls. That's crazy. I love you. Enjoy to Uncle Feo. I love him. Peace, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. God bless.